Let's go. We are going to the paradise of chocolate.
Paradise of chocolate.
We've got a workshop happening here this weekend, so it's Thursday now. We're about to go get some food because we haven't had any lunch. Then we're going to go meet Marco to do some handstand work practice. Tomorrow we're going to be playing golf. Saturday, Sunday we're going to be working all day. We just need to find food. That's our objective.
With chocolate?
With chocolate, Swiss chocolate.
They are both coming to the camp.
Very cool. Good. How are you?
Marquito!
How are you? I didn't know you were here as well.
You've got this community work one at the moment now.
Yeah, like instead of the military, I can do this.
And instead of prison, jail.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, you haven't told them?
you have to do like prison workouts.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe that would help. No.
Instead of prison, he's gonna do civil service. In case of flooding, we are happy to have him because he's really good in putting sandbags on
Yeah, it's basically exactly what it is, like personal training to improve the handstand. Yeah.
For free.
For free.
So that's how you get your personal trainings. Like, you just go everywhere and
Hey, we are making a video.
yeah.
Just for the video.
Snatch. Maybe do a video. Let's go. So we're gonna start real simple. We're gonna start just by lying on the floor, and then you're gonna put your hands against the wall. And I just want you to focus on two things. Just squeeze your glutes and try to push away from the wall. Now we're just gonna hold this position so we can take a look at a couple of things. So first of all, I want you to turn your hands a bit more to the outside, yeah. And then you can even go a bit wider, so we're a bit more stable from left to right. Yeah, perfect. Okay, then you can relax real quick. So, your head position. We don't want our head to be all the way in. It's really difficult to balance when we're upside down like this. If we take it all the way out, usually what happens is we start to do this. So we want to be somewhere in the middle. I always try to like look up to my fingers. So somewhere like that. And if I see my fingers, that's usually like a good sign. And we're just gonna do the same thing again. Yeah. Very good. Okay, and relax. So that's just the position that we want in a handstand. We're basically in a straight line. Fingers are slightly pointing out, and then we just push as far as we can. So that means we're usually in a pretty straight line. Now we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna do a wall-facing handstand. So we're just gonna walk up the wall, similar to a wall walk, and then we try to copy the same position that we just did on the floor. You can turn your left hand a bit more out. Yeah. One thing you can always check like by yourself is if your thighs or your stomach is touching the wall. That usually means you're hanging through a bit too much. So we want to suck our stomach in, such as our toes are.
Yeah, because I feel very like loose in my midline here. So like I feel like it gets very hard to control. Like I think I can get into a good position, but I don't necessarily feel like I have any control in that position.
If you open up here, it's quite a different feeling to when you're here. A lot of people feel a lot safer here, but yeah, if you want to start to be efficient, it's much better to be here. It can also feel a bit weird because we kind of want to pull our ribs down so our core is tight, but at the same time we're pushing our arms back. And that, yeah, it feels very opposite, because if we bring our arms back, usually our chest opens up. So that's like the difficult part. So yeah, maybe next time, yeah, just try to pull your ribs a bit more down, so your core is a bit tighter. Yeah, exactly.
So like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you feel the difference from this to this. It can be a bit harder to balance in the beginning, but I feel like if you have this position, then you have a lot more control once you move on to like more difficult stuff. I also prefer to practice like this because you can actually get some feedback. Like I said, if your thighs or your stomach touch the wall, you usually know something's wrong. If you practice the other way around, yeah, it kind of forces you to like open up a bit and hang through, so your heels are touching the wall. So I usually prefer to do it like this. It's also, people have to get used to like the empty space behind you, because for handstand walks afterwards, we need to learn to like lean this way. So it can also be a good way to like get used to that.
so like if I kick up freestanding now, what's going to be the difference in me being able to hold it there for say a minute and being able to hold it there for like 10 seconds? Because like if I kick up now, I'll show you, like if I kick up here,
yeah, we're actually gonna, I think it's just, you know, when you kick up, there's like a bit of variance, so like not every time it's the same. One time you push a bit more, one time a bit less. So we can also practice this on the wall. What I usually have people do now is, now you kick up into a handstand, again touching the wall.
yeah,
And the goal is to touch the wall like as little as possible. So you don't just want to kick up and hit the wall really hard and then try to find your position. The goal is to touch it really slightly, and when you touch it, you should already be in that position where that we practiced before.
and where do I want to aim to put my hands? Like how far away?
Usually, yeah, I go pretty close, like maybe like 1 foot.
From the wall.
Yeah.
So like I aim for this line type
Yeah,
of thing.
somewhere like this. And then another thing that we, like if you do practice out there, like it can also change. Like sometimes you put your hands pretty far in front, and then it's different as well than when you put your hands really close. So in the beginning it can help to like put down a line or something like that, so you always have like exactly the same distance, and then you go from there. So we have one thing.
Yeah, because I remember someone saying that you should come in more vertically rather than at the horizontal.
Yeah. You need to push a lot less when you have your hands closer.
Okay.
So I think it's a bit easier. Yeah.
So I should actually, so instead of starting like back here, I should actually try and start
a bit closer. Yeah. Yeah. And then you want to pull your ribs down again. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good. So now, on your next attempt, your goal is to already have your ribs pulled down once your feet touch the wall. So not just hit the wall and then go into that position. Try to be there already.
It's literally like going into...
Yeah, like similar to like a hollow position. Yeah.
So when I'm going down already, I should be in this hollow.
Once you're like going up and you're like in like vertical, that's when you try to engage. Yeah. Yeah. Already a bit better?
Yeah, I felt actually that I almost felt more extension coming through my mid-back than my low back just falling.
Yeah, yeah. It's still a bit too late. So the problem is, right, when we do it out here, you don't have that much time to find your position, because at that point you've already fell down again. So we need to get there a bit quicker. And then pull the ribs down. Yeah. Very good. Yeah, that was better.
Okay.
I feel like you're hitting the wall a bit too much, but like it's not too bad.
Yeah, it almost felt like I find it, I go slow for a minute, and then like there's like a jerk forward.
Yeah. One other thing that can help quite a lot when you're practicing a freestanding handstand is if you like try to almost like grab the floor. So you can imagine like if on your feet, if you lean forward, we push through our toes to come back. And we can do more or less the same thing on our hands. So if you feel like we're leaning over too much, we can push through our fingers and then come back.
Yeah, I automatically want to start like so far back.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
I did feel like I managed to get some braking.
Kicking up and practicing your freestanding hand, or like practicing the kick up like this, is a good thing for you. Another thing that I think helps a lot is to just practice again from the wall facing handstand, and then we're gonna lean away from the wall and try to get into the right position. Yeah, like this you can just get a bit more practice in, and you can already be in the correct position when you go to like the vertical position. So I feel like it's a bit easier, but it's a good way to like practice both and then try to put it together out there.
So I developed these positionings, and then if I want to transfer this like handstand walking, so I think that's probably one of the biggest things in CrossFit is like you see some people, you know, who have this like scorpion leg style, like their low backs are super, like really extended, they're almost pointing with their feet like this. And then you see some people who kind of manage to stay like pretty stacked through the body and still move quickly.
Yeah.
I suppose, what do you think's like best for athletes to work towards?
If you keep the straight line, you have a lot more control. So yeah, if it's just handstand walking, it probably doesn't matter too much, because you can just adjust like how long your steps are if you lean over a bit too much once, or but on an obstacle or handstand pirouettes, you need to be more vertical because you can't really.
So for you, when you're like, say you got handstand walk workout, you know, like that one at Rogue, they adjusted for the walking down. If you want to start walking quicker, what do you think about? So say you want to like get over as quickly as possible, what would you be thinking about?
You just have to lean more, and I think if you just arch your back, like usually like if I want to walk this way and I kick up and I throw my legs over more, but I also like my belly is going more in this direction. So I feel like sometimes people feel like they're leaning over so much, but in reality they're just bending more.
Yeah, okay, that's a good point.
So if you're in a straight line and you're leaning more this way, then usually,
It's kind of like when they're going to walk quicker, but instead of doing this, they just do this.
Yeah, exactly.
But you compensate for the...
Yeah, the weight is still in the same place, more or less. So I think that's a good way to like think about it, if you want to go quicker. Yeah, no, that's actually not too bad. Yeah.
Because I think one thing that's interesting in the handstand walk then is say going for longer steps or going, because I feel there's different ways. Some people tend to get a lot of rotation. Some people tend to get like these kind of long train track steps, or going like shorter. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, is it better for me to reach out every time or take these shorter strides all the way along?
I think when you start practicing handstand walks, it's easier to do small steps. But when you want to go quicker, you have to lean over more and take bigger steps. The rotation I don't really do. I think I walk pretty...
You tend to stay on the...
Yeah.
And that's like with the leg kick. Do you think it helps?
I don't really see the point of it, but I don't know. So I don't do it. But
so really, as long as you've got the lean.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and it's just Right now you still have a bit of an angle in your shoulders. So if you're a bit straighter here, I think it will probably be easier to lean over even more.
So like so right now I'm here.
Yeah.
And I need to try and get up.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Because now your arms are going up straight and then your body is going this way more, like a bit exaggerated, but yeah. So if we're a bit more in a straight line and then we lean over.
Okay, so when I'm upside down, I need to push my chest through.
Yeah, yeah. 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 Yeah, the shoulders were really good now. Now you started to open up here again. So that's like the difficult part, is to open up here, but keep the ribs down. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was better.
Yeah, it's almost like you get a bit scared of the speed.
Yeah.
Like, because when you're correctly stacked just like a little lean, then you start to pick up speed quite quickly.
Yeah, yeah, it's not a lot, yeah. But yeah.
Whereas, yeah, when you're broken, it's almost safer in some ways. Like, or not safer, but in the way that like you're quite slow and you're fully controlling with your arms. But when you get stacked, your body weight like gives you that momentum.
Yeah, yeah. Like, yeah, your weight is a lot more on this side. That's why you can go faster. But yeah, it is a bit scary. Like I probably couldn't stop. Like when I'm walking like really fast, I need a couple of steps to like slow down, because I'm really just leaning over as much as I can, and then I just know my hands are moving with me. So. Yeah.
I felt like I had it in the first few steps.
Yeah, yeah. You started to bend your arms a bit, getting a bit lower. But yeah, the speed was there. You were leaning over quite well. I think the line was not too bad either. So yeah.
Yeah, it did feel different in those first few. And now I felt like they're just in that like curve.
Yeah, yeah. Like after you started to lean over, I think you got scared a bit, and then you did one big step, and yeah.
But I can definitely feel the difference now between that, like, basically being like this.
Yeah.
Or being like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
That felt better.
Yeah, that was better. Still, like, you're losing a bit of tension here, but I think it's just practice as well. Like, it's quite a different position than from the beginning, so it will take some time to get used to that as well.
If I would summarize that, like, positioning really matters. So it's like, obviously you can walk on your hands, but it's like if you want to be able to walk on your hands quickly, you have to develop the right position in order to have that foundation or to walk quickly.
Yeah, if you're in a great position, then it's just, there's so much more control there. So for difficult skills, it's so much easier to learn. But yeah, I think a lot of people just start practicing handstand walks because like they're fun, but they're not actually capable of a good handstand or like a good position there. And then they never, like once they can do handstand walks, they never go back to like just practicing handstands.
Yeah, and I also think there's something about, it's really hard to have the body awareness upside down. So actually that like floor drill was very good because, you know, you just get really confused of like, you know, like when you're standing up, it's really easy to do this.
Yeah.
When you're upside down, you're like trying to figure out how to...
Yeah, I think it's always like an easy way to just start there because there isn't any actual load. So especially when I have a group in a class, then I just let all of them just lie down and do it, and then I just go through and correct a couple of things already. Yeah, so then they can just try to mimic that same position on their hands afterwards.
We do have a handstand course, handstand walk course. You can find that in the link below.